understand why we're talking about an island if they don't live on an island.
No. I meant to say
Yes.
they have.
Be patient, Steve. Always be patient.
They have
You have some friends.
between France and I traveled out with a ship. There is a stream. They say
Between France and what country?
in England.
Yes.
And
There is the English Channel, we call
they
it.
call it. I know, but they call the place. It starts with a B something, and it's.
Is it an island?
No. It's in the mainland.
Well, then, how can it be between England and France? Because and be the mainland. Either it's part of England or it's part of France.
No. It's part of England.
Are we talking about Ireland?
No. I misspoke and probably you misunderstood me. What I'm saying, down low, where England ends, that part.
Okay. England is an island, a big island.
Yeah.
And France is part of Europe,
Yeah.
like Greece.
Yeah.
Between France and England, there is the sea.
Yeah, that's the sea, what I was talking about.
Part of the sea there is called a channel island. Channel, the English Channel.
Yeah.
Right?
Many times.
Right. But you have some friends. Now, they don't live...
Mainland.
Which mainland? France
England,
or England?
England.
Okay, so they live in England.
And in the bottom of the bottom part is
You're
all warm area.
The Cornwall and Devon. Look.
I'm gonna get the information and send it to you.
It is a mild part of England where tropical plants will grow.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes. Although not every year. Some years are very bad and tropical plants will be killed. But it is much milder than in the US. Don't get too close, Steve, because you'll scare him.
No, you know something?
You've got to be patient.
They're not scared.
Yes. Okay, so it looks like now, for some reason, Camlink is working. I don't know why, but it's not working great, but it is working.
Oh, good.
Even though I haven't been able to find it. You see, it's these green. You see. At the moment, it looks okay, but it's a little bit unstable. There are sometimes green flashes. We have to wait until the hummingbird comes back. I think I might zoom in just a little bit more, actually. This is
you gotta get yourself a Mac.
A Mac.
Apple.
I do have a Mac.
That's an Apple?
Yes.
I'm looking and
yes. But the problem is not with the computer, it's with the Camlink. This one, a different device, a different capture device, and it's much better. And I'm going to get another one of them, but it's all significant. There we go. Now I'm zoomed in. So all we have to do now is hope that the hummingbird comes back. Just sit. You're walking around too much. It's a bit wet at the moment.
Well, you can leave it.
No, it's too wet.
Nobody's gonna see me.
No, I want it to dry out. Everything gets the mornings here are incredibly wet. You know. Just it'll dry out once the sun gets on it. This one here too, you see. But these cushions have not been a success because it's so wet every morning. Now, is Camlink still going? Let's have a look. Yep, and he's on the perch, Steve. He was on the perch.
Well,
so you just sit down and you'll get a wonderful picture. And keep an eye on Camlink here. Now, I'm going to do a little bit of annotation here. Back on the perch. Okay, so now is he still? Yep. He's on there.
Scratching.
He's on there. Don't scare him off because he loves it there.
Yeah.
And it's a full facial view, you see.
Yeah.
Now what I'm going to do is to switch off Viasat here, like that, and see if I can get tuned in to Facebook using LTE. Oh, LTE. I have no LTE. Oh, okay. I've got LTE. That's good. Now we'll try and get back into Facebook. Okay. Here. Any more sightings, Steve?
Yep,
Yes?
yep,
Any more photographs?
yes. I took a little video too.
So these friends, they live in either Devon or Cornwall, right?
A little north of the Cornwall.
Yes. It could be Devon or it could be Cornwall. The Cornwall is the mildest, really.
Yeah,
And you can get palm trees growing there.
yeah.
Now, that feeder looks a little bit empty, so I'm going to refill it. But I think everything is still working here, so that's good. And it's back on there. Let's try this. Now, why is that gone? Damn it. I believe that it's gone. It's because I stepped out for one move. No. So what were we going to do? Yes. It's a beautiful morning, Steve.
Oh, gorgeous. Can't be any better than that. Is that shrimp plant?
Uh,
Where the feeder is.
Little with where the feeder is, that is shrimp plant. Yeah, it's a very good hunting plant. You'll have to get that for your garden.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to change that feeder. That's too thin here.
This looks like oregano. Is it oregano?
No, because I don't believe it's good for hunting. It was still in just enough in there, so it could still get some. But
You're taking care of them well.
it's like you. Just make sure it's still working. It's very delicate, that particular one. Yeah, I slightly knocked it and it's gone off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
So sensitive.
Yeah, because it's really zoomed in.
I see some new cameras at $7,000, $8,000. Although so more like a professional.
So what we've got, these are, well, they're not super. I've had them for quite a, well, the one, let me get a chair and I can sit with you. The one on the right, I probably had for 10 years now. Okay, that was my original major purchase. And even 10 years ago, it cost $900. Was the top of the line Canon camcorder, you know, without being a professional level. If you go up even higher, there's a whole series of professional ones, so they're thousands of dollars. This was the top of the line consumer level.
Yeah, I think I got Sony the same type about 10 years ago. I got it also.
Yes, well, I've got a Sony too. I'll show you in a minute. It's at the moment it's in the sun because I left it out overnight and it got water inside it, and I'm hoping it will recover a bit. Anyway, so this one, it's a Vixia G30, and it has a 20 times zoom. You see, that's the most important thing. And it will film in high definition. Okay.
Oh, mine is not high definition. That was just before.
Yes.
I got it before
exactly.
they came.
So I've had this one for a very long time, but it had, like every camera, it has certain defects, draw limitations and everything, and it was a little bit heavy and clumsy to use, you see, for handheld. Almost all the filming I used to do was handheld, because you never know where the hummingbird is going to be, you see. So it would be rare that I would use it on a tripod. On a tripod, it's good, but the image stabilization is not very good on that camera. Then more recently, I got this one about 4 years ago. Let me have a look whether this is still running here. So the battery on the computer will run out, and I still have to get the gizmos that will allow me to recharge and film at the same time. That's always a big problem. When you're live streaming, you leave the camera on for hours, so you can't use the battery. You've got to have power straight. That's why. So in each case, one of the wires is for the power, and then the other is an HDMI cable, which sends the video signal to the computer, but it has to go through the video capture device. So that's one. And then this one is my Sony, okay? And I got this more recently, specifically for filming hummingbirds, because
mine is not 4K. Mine was before.
Well, it was probably not even HD. It was probably, if it's 10 years ago, it was probably standard definition.
No, it's HD, but not 4K.
Well, this came out about 3 years ago, and it's still considered to be their best consumer camcorder. But above all, it has this. Let's see whether it will switch on. It is switching on, and it's working.
So you like it?
Yeah. Usually I find in the morning, if I leave it out accidentally, which sometimes happens, I never leave it out if it's raining, but even if it's not going to rain, I occasionally will leave it out. And there will be heavy dew on it.
Yeah, moisture.
Not so much inside. And then the key is to get it in the sun and warm up. But can you see in there? That's the lens. This is just a
cover.
protection. That's the lens, and it's floating. You see?
Yeah.
It's on a gimbal, so that makes for excellent stabilization, even at high zoom. So I can I can zoom in. For example, that Canna film that you saw, I think, speeding on the camera. I use this to do that because you have to move it around very quickly. Yep, and it stabilizes remarkably well, almost as good as a tripod.
Yeah.
So this is perfect for that. But when I started live streaming, I started using this Canon. Okay, this one on the right.
Yeah. This Canon too.
Yes, because I'm going to explain what happened. So everything went well. Oh, but then this summer, well, actually no, even in the winter in the Bahamas, this one stopped working. I mean, not completely, but you couldn't film using anymore. It was somehow, yes, that's right. You couldn't use the LCD screen. It was the LCD screen. So when I got back, I sent this in to be repaired. Sony doesn't repair them themselves. There was a place in California that said they could repair it. But
see, one good thing about Nikons,
yes,
we have it's 3 minutes from my home.
And they do the repairs there.
I dropped there the same week I get.
Yours a Nikon camera?
Yeah.
Maybe I should switch to Nikon.
And I fell in love because some cases they even clean your camera without even charging.
Yes, oh really? Lovely.
They download software without charging you. That's whatever needs to be done.
They're very good at it.
And this
can you actually take it to them?
Yeah. You can send it if you want to, but mine is 3 minutes away. I live on Old Country Road. The place is on 110.
Is it a bakery you have or a restaurant?
No, I work for a restaurant. I do the baking.
You do the baking for a Greek restaurant? Or
Greek, It's in Woodbury, and I don't want to quit. What I'm going to do after I quit?
Okay.
At least this keeps me occupied.
Yes, of course. It's a proper job. So this stopped working. Now, it was very frustrating because I was filming my adult male hummingbird and live streaming on a perch. That's how I got into this live stream business. This adult male, that I call him Fred, in May and June and July, he was really the only hummingbird here. Okay, but he was here every day.
Yeah.
And he had a favorite perch, but it was a very inaccessible spot. Okay, and I can show you where he was. You'll be surprised, but I could, if I zoomed in maximum on that, and I have another supplementary lens as well, so I can get total 30 times optical zoom, which is pretty good. So I was live streaming, but then of course that camera stopped working. So this one was down. I couldn't film like this. This one was down. That one I sent to Canon. Okay, this guy, it took 3 months to repair it because they said, oh, the parts have to come from Japan, and then when it finally arrived, it wasn't enough, or it wasn't the right part. So it took 3 months to repair this one. And so I sent this one into Canon, and I thought, oh, this is the best time. I was doing all this live streaming. Fred is here. What am I going to do? Okay. So I did a little bit of, I had learned a little bit about the requirements for live streaming because I had started, you see. And the most important thing is you've got to have what's called a clean HDMI output, so that you can not only get HDMI output from the camera, but you don't see all the on-screen labels, you see. So I researched and dug, and I discovered that Canon makes this little guy, okay? And it's in the same series as this, but it's a lower level, but it has an equally good zoom. Probably the optics aren't quite as good, but it's not bad because it's Canon. And the image stabilization is crap too, but that doesn't matter because for the live stream you have to put it on a tripod, you see.
Yeah.
And so I looked on Amazon and I saw I could get this refurbished for $150. So I got that, and it worked fine. Once you get to know it, the thing no viewfinder. That's extremely limited. It makes it very difficult to use.
Oh, you use the.
You have to use,
yeah.
but in bright light I can't see it. It's no good.
Can you get anything to cover that?
Well, what I need is a piece of black cloth, and I keep telling my wife that every time she comes or every time I go to Stony Brook, I need a piece of black cloth, Claire. But so far, she hasn't given it to me.
Iris not responding.
No, not responding. But it's because, I mention it, and then we talk about it. And then we've obviously got a million other things to talk about, so she forgets, because it's not high priority for her, and I forget too. That's all I need is a little piece of black cloth, so I can go over here.
Yeah. Those pink flowers.
Yes, those it's called rosebud salvia. It's like the blue one, but it's pink.
You always said those down there.
Yes.
I remember. That's got a lot of hummingbirds on them.
Yeah. Well, I don't have as many salvias as this year, because I thought, well, I'm no longer open to the public, so I might as well cut back. But I regret it, because I see bare areas in the garden, and I'm going to go back to getting, they're not too expensive, because I get them wholesale, you see.
Yeah. Anybody responding? People that used to come here, because I know you had a lot of friends.
Yes, yes.
Not only visitors, but you.
Well, people like you that I know and like and are friends, I invite them, or they invite themselves, and we pick a time and that works, and they come. That's my friends can come.
The only time I could come is Sunday, because Monday is my day off.
Perfect. Normally, I was originally planning to go up to Maine, because my wife, as I said, has relatives from Europe, and we were planning to go up to all of us to Maine, but in the end, for various reasons, I decided I had to stay here this weekend. So they come back tomorrow night.
Last year we had.
And because I have to teach on Monday afternoon, you see. So